Hello, friends. It's Chapo. They called Project Eureka, where all community rules would be ultimately set, all disputes resolved by the Collinses.
Oh, hell yeah. This is like New Wichita and A Boy and His Dog, basically.
Yes, yeah. This is Matt. Okay, that A Boy and His Dog, Jason Robards' character in that movie. What they do to Don Johnson is exactly what the Collinses will be doing to drifters in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Please check out IQ Jones, LQ Jones, or LQ Jones,
LQ Jones.
LQ Jones, also seen in Casino, which was referenced earlier in the show. A Boy and His Dog, starring Don Johnson. Wonderful movie. When fundraising stalled, they redirected their focus to the Collins Institute for the Gifted, a specialized online lab school that is partnering with the Barry Weiss co-founded University of Austin and the Thiel-backed 1517 Fund. Musk similarly created a boutique education program, Ad Astra, for his family and employees' children that has since expanded into the online school Astra Nova. The logic behind the Collins Institute reflects their thinking at large. If you want to make the future better for everyone, and you could choose to dramatically increase the educational outcomes of the bottom 10% of people or the top 0.1% of people, the Collinses say to choose the 0.1%.
Do they not know about the concept of diminishing returns? That seems like a pretty fundamental concept that you should get pretty quickly in life. That like the marginal value of that at those levels is how much more good at computers can you get, man? There's other stuff. There's other abilities. There's other places to put some blood flow, for God's sakes.
Just read the last to close out this article. If scientists at companies like Conception succeeded in creating viable embryos out of stem cells, they could in theory produce a massive number of them. Combined with enhanced genetic screening, parents could pick the optimal baby from a much larger pool. There's a seductiveness to these ideas because it's very grand, Torres said. It's about taking control of human evolution. As for Simone and Malcolm Collins, Malcolm said, "We're trying to give our kids the best shot in life. They just happen to believe that their kid's best shot is also humanity's." All I'll say about this is, like, these are fucking rich, well-off, college-educated people. Your kids, no matter what, are going to have about the best shot at life that any human being that's ever existed on this planet have.
But they have to keep justifying spending the money. The money has to keep getting spent.
I love this. Yeah, in 20 years. Oh my God, it's a miracle. Our kids self-replicated as upper middle class.
Yeah.
We've got to be right.
But that they have all the money. They have to spend it. They have to spend the money to feel like they're in control of their lives because they have no other control elsewhere, even though they're supposed to be in charge. They have the same rights that everybody else in America and in the West has to fucking spend money. And so they're going to spend it all. How? On protecting their bloodline. Just their fucking fantasy. Their little, just like a way to justify just continually doing what is making everything worse, including every other part of your life, by the way, because these people are all fucking miserable.
You don't think they enjoy their daily strategy walks?
I mean, in a perverse way, like they've self-actualized through like moral inversion. They're like these weird sadomasochistic. I mean, it's the end stage of Protestantism. It's the Puritan mind.
Calvinism without God.
Calvinism
without God.
So it's like the Puritans, were they happy? I mean, they certainly were motivated.
They didn't seem that way.
They were motivated. And the thing is, for them, motivation is what matters because it gets results, because that's the way that their brains have been trained to see everything. But that's not the only thing. Locomotion, like forward, is important, but you also have to breathe in between. And I don't think there's a coincidence that all of these people are gacked out of their mind on amphetamines 24/7 because they're trying to deny the reality of like the pause that defines like, being alive. They want to deny that that's part of life and something that we can lose. We can just cut it off. Like it's not as vital as the things that we like the compression moment, the will forward.
To quote viral video sensation, short angry man yells at busking trumpet player, "A true artist respects the silence which serves as the basis of creativity, sucker."
It's true. And capitalism does not allow that silence.
The only silence I would like to experience is just when all the monitors go boop at the brain, balls, and sperm freezing facilities of these absolute freaks.
Yep.
Humanity, if we are to survive the next 1,000 years as a species, I simply will leave you with pull the plug on the brain, balls, sperm, and embryo breeding facilities of these sick fucking freaks.
Yeah, deny them their fantasy. We're all in this together, everybody.
Yeah.
You can't, there's no escape pad. There's like, it's either a literal one for guys like Musk or some imagined genetic one for these assholes. We're all going to rise or sink as a fucking human race, as part of a greater fucking biological organism that is life on Earth.
Oh, here's another thought to consider. That maybe the, I don't know, genetically the genetically predestined qualities that these people are self-selecting to replicate and enhance to create the best human being for the next 1,000 years, perhaps unforeseen consequences or eventualities will arise that make them, in fact, the worst possibly selected traits to survive the coming centuries and millennia. And in fact, there are many qualities now that these people are now seeking to eradicate through eugenics that will be the key to humanity's survival in the coming centuries and millennia.
I mean, if the machine
we
shut
have any
off,
hope
these
at
people,
all.
if the machine shut off tomorrow, these people could not feed themselves in a literal sense. I mean, and then there's a lot of anxiety these people have about that, which is why there's a big like trad element to this. But like they all understand that like the machines would do the actual farming. They would be gentlemen farmers. They would ease into it like a warm bath. They sure as shit wouldn't have to figure out tomorrow, like the lights go out, what do I do to fucking put food in my stomach? There's still that those skills exist. Yeah, but yeah, they're being bred out of the people who want to be the only people left on Earth. So where's humanity then? Where can you be a hero that these people imagine they are when you have to do what the machine tells you to do because you don't know how to do anything else?
I mean, that was about as productive a reading series as we've had on the show for a while. I think that this really, like in a chilling way, synthesizes a lot of what we've been, talking about and mulling over on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's through news, recent current events, or just these metastasizing strains of tech utopian thinking that continue to choke the dying embers of humanity that we have left in us out.
But only in the walls. That's the thing. Only inside the wire is that, and that's not where the story is going to be told. That's going to be the fucking artifacts that get picked through.
All I gotta say is best of love to Octavian, Claudius, Invictus. Just like get into weed in high school, you'll be fine.
just smoke, just get smoked out. Couch surf for a while. That's like probably the least damage you can do.
You're all that's going on is your parents are walking backwards into inventing Nexium.
Yeah,
you're fine. You can do something else.
In Donald Trump Jr.'s autobiography, he writes about how after college he actually went and was a ski bum in Colorado, I think, for a couple of years. And he talked about enjoying it, but eventually kind of coming back into the family business so that he could, wear a suit and get paid. And he talks in the book kind of like, I kind of wonder what if I'd stayed. And if he had, he would have been the most heroic fail son in human history. He would basically be fucking Parsifal. He would be like the new Hercules. The guy to be like, I'm just gonna have a regular job and like get very high and like hit on MILFs while I'm putting their skis on.